Hey everybody, welcome back. It's been about a year since I made my first video, which is when I made my Subaru Outback conversion. Today we are out in Patapsco State Park and I'm gonna show you around and show you all the little gadgets that I use to go camping with. One of the things that I find to be absolutely necessary is a camping table, and one that can like easily fold and is really lightweight. Next up is the Coleman double burner. This uses propane, so definitely a tip that I would say to use is to always have two with you just in case one runs out. But it works really well. It stays lit even when it's windy and things like that, and I love the splash guard. This little camper chair here is awesome. It just folds up really nicely. Boop, like that. It's so small. It has a little handle. Definitely suggest getting yourself one of those because that can come with you anywhere, whereas like that one, you know, it takes up a tiny little bit more space. So for those of you who watched the first video, you know the height dimensions and things like that I spent a lot of time on, and they were really deliberate. One of the things that I did was look up a storage container and then measure that. There's about like 2 inches on top of the storage container here, but I measured the length of it as well. So when this comes out, it's actually a full length container. So starting from the back, we have lights, Gorilla Glue, extra propane. This is for the net for the basket on top. More lights and batteries. This is to strap stuff down. This fan, propane, olive oil with a spray top, and then plates, a bowl, which is also a cup, some spices and other cooking things. So I'll walk you through each of these as well. For cooking, always got to have, you know, lighter. This is a mini spatula, and it's just adorable. So that's one plus, but it actually is just really easy to pack. So I always have it with me. This multi-spice has definitely been a game changer. It has salt, pepper, garlic salt, cayenne, curry, paprika. It's just an all-around awesome multi-spice, so I only have to bring one thing with me when I go camping, and I can cook with spices. Now, last but not least, tiny little cutting board. Also really comes in handy, easy to pack. Again, just want to like re-emphasize this. It's a clip fan, so I usually clip it on the back of my driver's side seat, and then I plug it into my Jackery. And this one is a little loud, so if you have trouble with loud fan noises, I wouldn't suggest it. I would suggest a quieter one. And who could leave the home to go camping without duct tape? Always recommend duct tape. As I was saying, propane for the Coleman stove. This is a tent hammer, but it's also good for other things. It also has a nice hook. We have paracord, zip ties. This lamp is actually really cool because it has 3 clicks, one of them being orange, which is nice, but I think the best feature really is this. I put it on my hook by the door, the car hook, so it stays nice and light and it's always there and hanging for me. Oh, and something else to mention, I got this flimsy top rather than getting one of the half, like the ones that have a half open. I would suggest either doing that, making sure that it can open at the halfway mark, or that it's flimsy enough that it can just open up on its own. The last thing you want to do is having to pull out this every single time, take off the entire top, and then put it back. You want to make sure that it's easy. Another tip that I have for these storage containers, put your cooking stuff like right at the front, or anything that you would use right away at the front, so that's really easy to get to. All right, moving along. Here we have another area for storage. Right now it has my drone helipad. What else? the carrying case for my chair, and this wood plank, which is used to support this when I'm sleeping. Okay, that's the back. Let's look around to the front. Something to note for Subaru Outbacks is sometimes when the electric trunk is open, it actually sends this whole signal throughout your Outback that the door is open, and it'll never ever go away, and that'll actually drain your battery. So one really neat trick to do to fix that is to shove a flat climbing clip through this, and that'll actually, you'll hear the door engage, and that'll stop it from draining your power. So here's a closer look. Again, make sure that this is flat. When it goes in there, it needs to be shallow enough to work. What you doing, Riley? Making our way through the side door. These are great. They're just bug screens. They're shade screens. It allows you to keep both door windows open, which allows for a really nice cross breeze. Underneath here, going inside, is more storage. If you saw in the first video, this was really important to me. I think it's really good to have more storage space. So I have a yoga mat here. I'm only going camping for the day, so there isn't a lot of stuff here. This is my camera bag, and that's it for this side. Let's go around to the front. Okay, this is my lifetime cooler. It's really, really great. It's nice and big, and it really does keep things cool for long. Again, I'm not going camping for much time, so I just have one thing for soup and a couple water bottles. Oh, something to note, I always suggest bringing one of these for when you get ice. You can open, put whatever you want inside, put it back in your ice, and then it'll stay dry, which is really important. Although my cooler's not a Yeti, or it's not something like unbelievable like that, I would say for the price, it was definitely really, really worth it. It's huge, and it does keep ice for quite a while. Coming around the side, I don't have it out today because we're actually in a really shady spot, but this right here is a tent, an easy up for shade. I'll show you how that looks later, but I would absolutely suggest getting one. If you have side rails like this, there's a way to get a box on top of your car, and then it can hook up really, really easily to the side. But again, I'll link that below. Coming in to my side door, we have another dog leash, some sunflower seeds, a water bottle, and a Jackery. This is probably one of my favorite purchases. This is the Jackery Explorer 240. I would say for 2 people, for cell phones and having lights on at night, it works about for 5 days as well. And with the Jackery, I'm looking to get solar panels pretty soon. That way that you can plug it in and you don't have to turn on your car to charge it or anything like that. You can actually just leave it out with the solar panels, which is really cool. All right, moving back to this side, again, another bug screen. You can kind of see through that, you know, we get that nice airflow. On this side, I keep my tick repellent. Super, super great. This one, Grandpa Gus's, works really well. Can recommend. This side is where I keep my sunshades. So each of these I actually cut out to fit each of my windows. So I cut out each of my windows. You can see I kind of messed up on this one, but just use some duct tape and you're fine. That's my back rear window. And then this is actually for the trunk window. So they all fit in nicely. And then what I did for extra security so that they don't fall off is I put a tiny little piece of Velcro there. And then a piece of little Velcro actually lives here forever. If you can see it right there. And that's how it sticks on. And just again to reiterate how I wanted to build my conversion bed was I really wanted to emphasize storage space. So what I did was make sure that it's completely open on this second half. So you can totally see through there. It goes out to the other side, which I love. So it can fit all sorts of like odd ends and things like that. Continuing on this side, what I store behind the driver's side is I make sure my headlamp is always here so that it's really easy to get to at night, as well as whenever I need it. That's always where I keep it. Got some hiking shoes there, backpack, more camera gear, and yeah, that is surprisingly it. It's not that crazy of a setup, but it's exactly what I need to go for a day or two. It'll definitely be more packed up with like clothes and other things if I was going for a week. So I've successfully lived out of this Subaru camper for 6 days, and I did great. I was able to bring enough food between cooking and cans and other things like that. And then there was actually 2 of us who slept in here, and I would say that overall it was awesome. And I'm really just happy that I was able to make this conversion, and I'm able to use my car more, and now I have all these really, really fun gadgets too for camping, even when I don't use the conversion. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I will make sure to link everything below, so in case you want to buy it, there's an easy place to do all of that. And I hope I will make a video within a year, and it won't take me as long. And yeah, I hope to see you guys soon. Bye.
Okay, bye. Bye. Say bye. Say bye. Bye.